The tithe is about farming income. One of the commands from the law is the tithe. And interestingly enough, even amongst certain groups that do not believe in following the law and do not teach it as something that we are supposed to do today, sometimes this command is enforced regardless, that there is supposedly a command to donate a tenth of your income to the church or whatever the case may be. However, that is a total distortion of the command on the tithe. The tithe is not actually about our general income, and it's not about the church or the pastor or anything like that either. The tithe is about income from agriculture, income from farming, and it is to be given to the Levites, the people serving at the tent of meeting. We can see here in Leviticus 27 verses 30 and 32, it refers to the tenth, the tithe. And all tenth of the land, from seed of the land, from fruit of the tree, is for Yahuwah. It is hallowed to Yahuwah. And it says in verse 32, and all tenth of herd and flock, all which shall cross under the rod, the tenth shall be hallowed to Yahuwah. So we see that the tenth here explicitly refers to the seed of the land and the fruit of the tree, and it refers to the herd and the flock, a tenth of all of those things. And in Deuteronomy 14, verse 22, it says, you shall surely tithe all income of your seed, the one going forth of the field year by year. And the next verse refers to tenth of your grain, your juice, and your clarified oil. So we see very clearly that this is talking about agricultural income, income from farming. And Numbers 18:21 refers to the general purpose of the tithe. And to sons of Levi, behold, I gave all tenth in Israel for inheritance, exchange of their service, which they are serving, service of tent of meeting. The tithe is not for pastors or ministry or the church in general. The tithe is specifically allocated as the inheritance for the tribe of Levi. It is the exchange for their service at the tent of meeting, the tabernacle. The tithe is the way that the tribe of Levi is being paid for their service at the tent of meeting. And the tithe is not just a tenth of our income in general, a tenth of our monetary income. No such thing is referred to in these commands. It says explicitly a tenth of your seed, and it refers to other agricultural income like a tenth of the flock and a tenth of the herd and a tenth of the oil and a tenth of the juice. It is in reference to agricultural income. And there definitely were people that were doing hired labor at that time. There were people that were being paid, and they were being paid in money. The people used silver as money at that time. The law refers to people paying for things using silver or selling things for silver, so they certainly did use money. It refers to hired labor, and there were people that were doing work that was not farming. There were people that were doing things like construction, they were doing weaving, and they were manufacturing metalworking as well. And we see this referred to in the law itself. So it was not as if no one was doing any sort of thing. They were doing those same sorts of things as hired workers that they are doing now, just in different ratios. But we see that despite that, it doesn't say anything about a tenth of your silver that you are paid. It says a tenth of your seed, a tenth of the income of your field. The tithe has been misappropriated. It has been misused. It is a command that has been leveraged against people inappropriately. Instead, we need to pay attention to what the commands actually say. We need to stop listening to these false teachings and instead return to the teachings, the commandments of the law. Thanks for watching, and remember the commands. Shalom.